Here we are, guys, the day is here. We are doing the LAMS approved mega test, and the first bike we're doing is one of my favorites. This is the Yamaha MT07, the brand new model. This test is really just showing you guys some of the really awesome options you can get if you're a new rider wanting to get into motorcycling and you're not sure which bike you want to try out. A quick note before I get on this first bike: in my head there's two schools of learner bikes. The first one is bikes like the KTM Duke 200, maybe the 390, some of the the sub 400cc learner bikes. They're very light, very easy to ride, very little power. They are really great for people that have never ridden a bike before, have never even ridden dirt bikes, don't really even know how a motorbike works compared to like a car, for example. And the next one is bikes like this: the MT07, XSR 700, Kawasaki Z650s, the Triumph Trident, Triumph Street Triple S, bikes like that that have a bit more power. They're a bit larger. They are still fine for someone that has never ridden a motorcycle before, but they just have that little bit more power, and they're a little bit heavier, a little bit bigger. And if you want to get into motorcycling but it's a little bit intimidating for you, those smaller capacity bikes are going to be better. But the thing with these MT07s and these larger bikes that are still LAMS approved is you can get your full license in 2 years time and still have a lot of fun and really not feel like you need to upgrade. So with that being said, like I said, this is the MT07, the LAMS approved version. Let's jump on it. We're going to do a urban test and a quick motorway test. Bearing in mind these bikes are all stock standard, so nothing has been changed on them, which I think is important. So they're all very, very quiet. Saying that, the MT07 is probably my favorite sounding LAMS approved bike. The CP2 engine it comes with is fantastic. The other thing to bear in mind is that I am 6'1" and I weigh almost 100 kilos with all my riding gear on. So if you're a bit lighter, some of these bikes are going to feel a little bit more, a little bit quicker. This bike is very, very easy to control, very lightweight. This bike has the nice black LCD display. It's pretty old-fashioned, but it looks better than the old ones that had that kind of white with the black writing on them. I'm going to put all the pricing and specs for each bike up on the left-hand corner of the screen so you can see them, compare them to each other, as well as timestamps in the description so you can jump back and forth. Ergonomics on the MT07 are actually really good. I'm very upright, my back is pretty much straight. The bars are perfect, not too wide, very, very comfortable. It's not a tall bike. Anybody that really, no matter what your height is, you're going to be fine. Another really great thing with the MT07 and XSR 700 bikes is there's a lot of aftermarket parts for these bikes. You can customize them a lot. There is also modifications you can do to them to like de-restrict them. This bike has like a throttle plate restrictor, and you can remove that and tune them and all sorts and get a little bit more power out of them as well. Obviously that's going to make it not LAMS approved anymore, so you just want to be careful about that. But maybe when you get your full license, these are all things you can consider. Really nice clutch pull on this bike too. It's very light. The throttle response on this one is good too. It's not as snatchy as the old ones. When I'm talking about snatchy throttle, I'm talking about the on and off throttle response. So some bikes, the MT07 in particular, especially the older one, the on and off throttle was a little bit snatchy and could kind of catch you out by surprise. This one's is not too bad. Right, let's find somewhere to stop off, have a look around at this bike, and then we'll do a quick motorway test, back to the dealer and jump on the Z650. It's a pretty sick Mustang. Yamahas, Hondas, Kawasaki's, Triumphs. All these bikes are very, very reliable, and you're not going to have many issues with them. They're very easy to maintain. You can learn how to do oil changes on a bike like this very quickly. Part of that sound that comes from the CP2 engine is because it's a parallel twin motorcycle, which means it's a 2-cylinder, and the cylinders are side by side, not a V-twin where they're kind of on opposing angles. And it has a cross-plane crank, which is really what's getting you that bark. So it has a sound very similar to a V-twin engine, just a little bit more of a bark to it. One thing to note now, if you're buying any motorcycle in New Zealand from this year onwards, any new bike that comes into the country is going to have ABS brakes on the front at least, I believe. So that's a new rule that the New Zealand government brought in last year. So any learner bike, or any bike in all for that matter, you are going to get ABS brakes on, which is great. That's just going to mean you're not going to slip out your front wheel if you panic in a situation and slam your front brakes on. ABS isn't always going to save you, but you know, it's nice to have. So we're pulling into the walk around spot now so we can check this bike out from the outside, see what it's like. Slow speed maneuvering is really nice and easy with a bike like this. Having nice flat bars means you can really get around tight spaces and, you know, maneuver around traffic and things like that really easily. You always want to turn your head in the direction you're turning when you're turning in general, really, but doing slow speed maneuvering works much better if you kind of point your head where you want to go. Alright, let's have a look around this motorbike. Really easy to get into neutral. That's an important thing. Some bikes are a little bit more difficult to get into neutral these days. Here you have it, guys. 2022 Yamaha MT07. Beautiful cross-plane 2 engine there, CP2 motor. This one has the updated headlight, so the old one had a little bit different of a style headlight. Let's turn that indicator off. I'm not sure if this bike comes standard, but these are Michelin Road 5 tyres, which are really great. Good in the wet, good in all situations really, and soft enough to, you know, really get some lean on in the corners. It has the upright forks, really easy access to your oil filter there, so for maintenance, changing the oil on this bike is really, really easy. You can get an up quick shifter on this bike as well. They don't come with them standard, but it is an option. This bike obviously has LED lights all around, so you have an LED headlight, LED tail light, I believe it's an LED tail light, LED indicators front and rear, so they've made some nice changes to this bike as well. Finally, we'll do a exhaust note test and then jump this thing onto the motorway. Really nice bark to it. Right, let's get out of here. Always check over your shoulder when you're doing a lane change, especially on the highway. So motorway test here, very stable. It does feel quite low again to me, but going 90, 100k an hour on this bike is very easy. So we can do a bit of lane splitting here because the traffic is terrible and it's going slow enough to get through here. Whenever you're splitting through lanes like this, you want to always cover your brakes. I cover the front and the rear brake, so I just have my foot on the rear brake ready to press, and I have one finger, probably 2 fingers would be more ideal, but it's going to depend on the control you have. But the lesson is, have your indicator on, don't do it too fast, and always be ready to brake for people that are on their phones and just not looking and changing lanes without thinking about it. Very easy bike to ride in traffic because you're not as leaned over as you would be on a full sports bike. You can kind of see over the cars, which is nice. So with each of these learner bikes, I'm going to do a 20 to 100 acceleration test on the motorway on-ramps. A quick note with all these, like I said before, I am almost 100 kilos, and on bikes that have little power, weight makes a big difference. Secondly, it's a slight downhill decline, and which, you know, doesn't really matter because we're going to do the same test with each of the motorbikes. But if it was on a flat ground, you would probably see not quite the numbers that we'll see here. And we've got an orange light, so we'll stop. Alright, let's do it. So let's get to 20 and go. There we have guys. Not a scientific test, more so you can compare them to all the other learner bikes that we're going to try. Summing up the MT07, I think this is one of the best learner bikes you can get, especially if you want this kind of more modern look. It's a very modern looking motorcycle, very reliable, has plenty of power, and it's, like I said earlier in the video, it's one of those bikes that you can ride for many years and not get sick of, even after you upgrade your license. Some people just don't want to ever upgrade to like a leader bike, you know. Some people prefer living a long life. So yeah, I think the MT07 is a great option, guys, and yeah, I really don't think you can go wrong with it. Probably the looks is going to be the main subjective point. Thanks for watching this video, guys. Thanks to CycleSpot for letting me use this particular bike, and I'll check in with you guys in the next video. Peace. I feel like a hoon on these little bikes.